Hello people of the internet and welcome to the Voltatilist channel. You know, our last review on Bit Evolution was quite a bit of fun. Mindless fun is okay sometimes. But you know what I like with my mindless fun? A side of sweet, sweet, delicious satire. So, for some blatant satire, let's try Bit Trip presents Runner 2 Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. That's the actual title, by the way. Already, as you can tell, the satire is dripping from the walls. Runner 2, which is what I'll call it from now by the way, was in fact not developed by Bit Trip, but by Gaijin Games. It turns out, Bit Trip is actually the name of the game series, to which Runner 2 is the latest installment. The game was uploaded on the 26th of February 2013, earning praise as a rhythmic platformer, which is essentially a fusion between a rhythm game and a platformer. Steam marks the game as very positive, with a nice, wide review account. It has been gifted a good 85 on Metacritic, and it has an IGF award. The game only supports English, which is immensely unfortunate, but is available on a wide array of platforms, these being Windows, OS X, Linux, Wii U, Xbox, PlayStation 3, 4, Vita, and iOS. On all computer platforms, it only requires a minimal of 2 GB of memory and 850 MB of storage space. The story is, well, it's satire, in the form of a Sunday morning cartoon-like cutscene that basically says, does there even need to be a story? This is a rhythmic platformer.
It is at this moment, as if from nowhere, that a nefarious reality unfusion beam blindsides these 5 fearless friends. The always imperturbable Commander Video, shielding his elite assemblage of exceptional allies, takes the brunt of the blast and is sucked into an unknown dimension. A land of wondrous imagination, found only at the apex of light and matter. A wavelength of the optical spectrum opened by the maniacal Timbletot to trap and enslave our gallant protagonist. Confused and companionless, our hero ponders his current position. The only thing that remains clear to him now is that he has fallen prey to a vulgar scheme full of villainy, which he must vanquish.
For our avatar, we have a choice of characters, the default being Commander Video, the alternative being Command Girl Video, who is literally a pink Commander Video with a bow and, well, yeah. The satire is off the charts here. As I said before, we have a range of avatars, but they are all silent protagonists. They lack even facial expressions, and all play the same. Perhaps this is satirical, again, but I honestly can't tell at this point. These are the only real characters in the game, so let's move on. The game is a fairly simple platformer. Jumping, sliding, kicking. The twist comes from the musical elements. As you obtain these things, the beat speeds up and becomes more advanced, and your actions add notes to the song. The HUD, if you can call it that, features the score, achieved through successful actions and lowered by failures, and the amount of gold you have collected, which is a thing in the game. The game's difficulty curve is very organic, making it perfectly enjoyable to anyone. The game's progression, however, has one serious flaw. The game does not have enough checkpoints, merely one each level. For longer levels, this really does become difficult. The game is 3D, but it takes its art style from the cel-shaded Saturday morning cartoon era. The characters being relatively undetailed compared to the backgrounds, to great effect when accentuating said backgrounds, which are beautiful and vibrant, featuring bright colours like pinks and reds. Brown and dingy has its place, just ask Warframe, but this isn't it, and the game shows that off. Obviously, being a rhythm game, the music is phenomenal. The atmosphere is a tad thin, but I'll happily let that slide for a game like this. This game is great. I am not good at it, but I enjoy it very, very much. If you really like platformers or rhythm games, this is very much your tune. And even if not, you could have a good time anyway. Just remember, it's a tad hard. So first off, I was pleased to receive a comment from MasterSnipe16, and they ask if I can tackle the Watch Dogs franchise. My answer? Yes, definitely. Just give me a few weeks. Moving on from this, thank you for watching. Please remember that you can use my email in the description below to send me things. If I use them, I will credit you in this section. Additionally, remember that I have a blog that I put my video transcripts into. So if you'd like to see my reviews in a different form, or know someone who can only enjoy it in that form, please check that out in the description too. I'd like to ask you guys to pass the subscribe button. Feel free to jump the like button, and use that comment section. If you dislike the video, well, there's a button for that. But please, follow that up with some constructive criticism in the comments. This is Voltatalis, and I'll see you next week for the next review.